When people talk about Iran's military power, the conversation almost always jumps straight to ballistic missiles. Long-range systems, hypersonic claims, and carrier-killer headlines dominate the narrative. But today, we're focusing on a far less glamorous, yet highly dangerous capability that often flies under the radar: Iran's rocket artillery. In this video, we'll dissect how Iran uses rocket artillery as a core asymmetric tool against U.S. forces, how it integrates into layered defense systems, and why this capability could significantly complicate American operational planning across the Middle East. Rocket artillery doesn't grab attention like ballistic missiles, but it shouldn't be underestimated. Unlike precision missiles, rocket artillery is cheap, mass-produced, highly mobile, ideal for saturation attacks. Iran understands that it cannot outmatch U.S. forces symmetrically. Instead, it focuses on volume over precision, overwhelming defenses through sheer numbers. Rocket artillery fits perfectly into this doctrine. For Iran, rockets are not substitutes for missiles, they are complements, filling the gap between short-range firepower and strategic strike systems. Iran operates a wide range of unguided and semi-guided rocket artillery systems, including 107mm and 122mm rockets, Fajr 3 and Fajr 5 multiple launch rocket systems, longer-range systems approaching 70 to 100 kilometers. These systems can be mounted on trucks, armored vehicles, improvised launch rails, even civilian platforms. This makes them extremely difficult to track and target before launch. Iran's rocket artillery is deeply embedded in its asymmetric warfare doctrine. Instead of fighting U.S. forces head-on, Iran focuses on disrupting bases, harassing logistics hubs, forcing constant alert status, raising political and psychological costs. Rockets don't need perfect accuracy to be effective. Their purpose is to deny safety, stretch air defense systems, and impose persistent pressure on deployed forces. Even limited damage can force operational pauses, evacuations, or defensive reallocations. Rocket artillery does not operate alone. Iran integrates rockets into layered attack frameworks that include ballistic missiles for strategic strikes, cruise missiles for precision engagement, drones for reconnaissance and decoys, rocket artillery for saturation. In a real conflict scenario, rockets could be launched first, overwhelming radar and interceptor systems, followed by higher-value missile strikes once defenses are stressed. This layered approach maximizes effectiveness while minimizing cost. One of Iran's greatest advantages is geographic dispersion. Rocket artillery is widely supplied to allied and proxy forces across Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, Yemen. These groups can operate close to U.S. bases, dramatically reducing warning time. Short-range rockets launched from nearby positions are far harder to intercept than long-range missiles. This creates a persistent threat environment where escalation can occur without direct Iranian involvement, complicating retaliation decisions. U.S. forces rely on layered air defenses like Patriot, CRAM, THAAD, counter-battery radar systems. But these systems are not designed for unlimited volume. Intercepting cheap rockets with expensive missiles creates an unfavorable cost exchange. Even when defenses work, the financial and logistical burden mounts quickly. Iran's strategy exploits this imbalance, forcing the US to spend disproportionately to defend against relatively simple weapons. Rocket artillery has a strategic effect far beyond its physical damage. Repeated rocket attacks erode domestic political support, increase deployment fatigue, pressure commanders to disperse forces, complicate regional alliances. For Iran, the goal is not battlefield victory, it is deterrence through attrition and uncertainty. In summary, Iran's rocket artillery is a deliberately overlooked weapon in public discourse, but not in military planning. By combining mobility, volume, proxy deployment, and layered integration, Iran has turned rocket artillery into a powerful asymmetric challenge to US forces across the region. Understanding this capability is essential to understanding how future conflicts in the Middle East may actually unfold, not as decisive missile exchanges, but as prolonged, complex, multi-layered contests of endurance.